Let me describe a scene that I know you've lived through. Probably more than once. Probably last night. You're in bed. Lights off. Eyes heavy. You're almost there, that warm, floating feeling right before sleep. The kind where your thoughts start to get weird and disconnected. You're not awake anymore, but you're not quite asleep either. It's a good place. Then you think, wait. Did I set my alarm? Or, I should check the weather for tomorrow. Or, let me just see if that person texted back. It's one thing. 30 seconds. Then you'll sleep. So you pick up your phone. Check the alarm. It's set. You put the phone down. And now you're wide awake. What happened? You only looked for 10 seconds. It wasn't TikTok. It wasn't doom scrolling. Just one thing. I used to get so angry at myself for this. Why can't I just put the phone down? I'd lie there, staring at the ceiling, feeling like I'd broken something. Like my brain was betraying me. Turns out I didn't break anything. My brain was doing exactly what it was supposed to do. And that's the problem. Here's the mechanism. When your body is drifting into sleep, your brain is carefully shutting down systems one by one. It's like a building turning off lights floor by floor as the night goes on. Your visual system dims. Your motor planning quiets. Your social awareness mutes. The parts of your brain that worry about tomorrow, about status, about unfinished tasks, they start to power down. But when you open your phone, even for 10 seconds, you turn on every light at once. First, your screen emits blue wavelength light. That light hits your retina and travels to your suprachiasmatic nucleus, your brain's master clock. And that clock says, hey, it's morning. Wake up. It suppresses melatonin, your sleep hormone. That's one problem. But here's the bigger one nobody talks about. Your phone isn't just a screen. Your phone is an anticipation machine. Every time you open it, your brain asks 3 questions in milliseconds. Is there something new? Something important? Something threatening? Even if the answer to all 3 is no, the asking itself floods your system with a tiny pulse of cortisol and norepinephrine. These are alertness chemicals. They're the opposite of melatonin. They're the stuff that makes your heart beat a little faster, your pupils dilate, your muscles tense. So that 10-second alarm check? You didn't just see your alarm. Your brain ran a full threat scan. Any bad news? Any missed call? Any email from my boss? The scan takes milliseconds. But the chemical spike lasts for 20 to 30 minutes. That's why you're staring at the ceiling. You didn't do one thing. You tricked your brain into thinking it was time to start the day. I remember one night I did this to myself 3 times. 3 times. Checked the alarm. Put the phone down. Tried to sleep. Checked it again to make sure. Put it down. Tried to sleep. Finally, at 2 a.m., I checked it a 3rd time, then just lay there, furious, with my own heartbeat keeping me company. I thought I was weak. I thought I had no self-control. But I looked it up, and it turns out there's a name for this. It's called anticipatory anxiety in sleep research. But more specifically, it's what happens when your brain's default mode network, the system that lets you mind wander and drift, gets interrupted by your salience network, the system that scans for danger. The salience network is designed to interrupt whatever you're doing if it thinks there's a threat. And your phone, unfortunately, looks a lot like a threat to that ancient part of your brain. Why? Because your phone delivers unpredictable rewards. Maybe there's a text from someone you like. Maybe there's bad news. The uncertainty is what keeps the salience network on high alert. So when you pick up that phone, even for a glance, you're essentially poking a stick at a sleeping tiger. The tiger wakes up. And then it takes 20 minutes to calm down. And here's the evil twist. The more tired you are, the more likely you are to check just one thing. Because your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes good decisions, that says no, don't do that, just go to sleep, that part goes offline first when you're exhausted. It's like the manager leaves early, and the impulsive intern is left in charge. So your tired brain says, just a quick check, and your tired brain has no governor to stop it. You're not weak. You're just tired. And your tired brain is literally missing the part that would save you from yourself. I tried everything to fix this. Putting my phone across the room. Using night mode. Blue light glasses. They help a little, but they don't solve the anticipation loop. Because even if the screen is dim, your brain still runs that threat scan. The content isn't the problem. The act of checking is the problem. The only thing that worked for me was a stupid, ancient piece of technology. A physical alarm clock. I leave my phone in the kitchen now. When I'm in bed, that thing is gone. And if I think did I set my alarm? I can't check. I just have to trust that I did. And you know what? I always did. Because I set it before I got into bed. The anxiety was imaginary. The phone was just giving me a way to act on that anxiety instead of sitting with it. The first week was annoying. The second week, I started falling asleep faster. The third week, I realized I hadn't thought about my phone at all before bed in days. And I also noticed something else. I stopped having that 2 a.m. what if I forgot something panic. Because without the phone next to me, my brain eventually learned that bedtime was not checking time. Bedtime was just bedtime. But I know not everyone can do that. Maybe you need your phone as an alarm. Maybe you have kids who might call, I get it. So here's a smaller experiment you can try instead. Next time you're in bed and you feel the urge to check just one thing, say this out loud: nothing has changed in the last 30 seconds. Seriously. Say it out loud. Your brain hears your own voice differently than it hears thoughts. A spoken sentence feels like a command. It interrupts the anticipation loop just long enough for you to put the phone back down. I've tried it. It feels stupid. But it works more often than it should. There's also a trick from sleep therapists called the 15-minute rule. If you check your phone and then can't fall back asleep, get out of bed. Go sit somewhere boring, a chair, a couch. Don't look at your phone again. Just sit there until you feel sleepy. Then go back to bed. The goal is to break the association between your bed and frustration. Because right now, your bed might be starting to feel like the place where you get angry at yourself. That's a dangerous association. I had to do that for a week. I'd sit on my bathroom floor at 2 a.m., just staring at the dark, until my eyelids got heavy. It was miserable. But after a few nights, my brain started to understand, bed is for sleep, not for checking. The real kicker? That just one thing is almost never urgent. I went back through every late-night check I'd done in the past year. Not once was there an emergency. Not once was there a message that couldn't wait until morning. The alarm was always set. The weather didn't change. The text was still there, unresponded to, and the person didn't even notice. You'd think I would have learned. But the compulsion isn't rational. It's biological. Your brain is just doing its job, poorly, in the wrong context, but it's trying to protect you. It's scanning for threats. The problem is that the threats are fake. So if you've ever laid there furious at yourself because a 10-second glance ruined your sleep, now you know why. It wasn't weakness. It was biology. And biology doesn't care about your alarm. I looked all this up because I couldn't stop wondering. Why do I do that? Why does everyone I know do that? And the answer turned out to be simpler and stranger than I expected. You can't fall asleep after checking just one thing because your brain doesn't have a just one thing mode. It has sleep mode and scan for danger mode. And your phone looks like danger. So the next time you're in bed and your hand reaches for the phone, just pause. Say the stupid sentence out loud. Nothing has changed. Put it down. Close your eyes. The weird thing? The thing you're checking for will still be there tomorrow. And you'll be better at handling it because you actually slept. That's what I learned today. Hey, if you've ever lost sleep to a phone check, you're not alone. And if you want more weird explanations for everyday brain glitches like this, hit subscribe. I read the papers so you don't have to. No wellness fluff. Just curiosity and a little bit of self-experimentation. Thanks for staying up with me. Now go put your phone in another room. See you next time.